question. Who's playing the music? Who said Style Council? It had to be David Ross. Well done, David. I heard that about 3 weeks ago. You know when you hear some music and you think to yourself, that reflects my personality? Yeah? In my opinion, that reflects my personality. Welcome, everybody, to the Harrogate Conference Centre. Harrogate, if you don't live or work in Harrogate, to Raising the Bar, and more specifically, 2inspire. And my name is Rob Northfield. Thank you for supporting us today. I want to ask you a question. Are you someone that makes things happen, watches things happen, or hasn't got a clue what's happening? Let's have a show of hands. Put your hands up if you make things happen. Put your hand up if you watch things happen. Put your hand up if you haven't got a clue what's happening. Right. Leadership is about helping normal people, ordinary people, achieve extraordinary things. Would you agree with that? Yes. That's better. Could we raise the bar just a little bit? Leadership is about ordinary people, people like ourselves, achieving extraordinary things. Would you agree with that? Yes, sir. That's better. Can we raise that a little bit more? Would you agree with that? Yes, sir. Excellent, excellent. Have you ever walked in a lift? Now, some of you are very confident, you're good business people, you are extrovert. You walked in a lift, the door's shut, and we tend to lose our personality. Yeah? There's 8 of you standing here like this, and nobody says a word. You can sit on an aircraft for 2 or 3 hours alongside someone and not say one word, not know who they are. And I don't think it's not that we don't care, it's that we are not prepared to do something that is extra and out of the ordinary. Are you with me on this? Right, now, we can walk into an auditorium like this and we can actually look at someone and say, gosh, she looks attractive, or he looks attractive. We'd like to talk to them, but we don't. Yeah, would you agree with that? Are you sitting next to somebody that you think, oh, I think they're attractive and I wouldn't mind talking to them? Yeah? Put him down, put him down. Right, so let me show you how this works. Leadership and human behaviour. Helping other people achieve extraordinary things and helping yourself. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to stand and I'm going to ask you to do something. And please do this because you'll see exactly how this works. So please just stand, everybody. Now, what I want you to do, whether you know the person next to you or whether you do not, or if they are 3 or 4 seats away and there's nobody, if you're an odd person, I mean, you look absolutely fine, but if you're an odd person, I want you to move and I want you to say to the person that you meet these words, right? When I clap my hands, do it straight away, these words. I really like you. Right, okay, go, do it, go, go, go. Right, you can make yourself comfortable now. Right, okay, now we have done something extra, something very small, but it is out of the ordinary. Would you agree with that? My name is Rob Northfield. I was born in a place called Stepney in London. Put your hand up if you've ever been to Stepney in London. I was born in 1972 in Stepney in London. Well, I am old and I do wear suits, so I'll take this, it's warm up here. I was born in 1953. Anybody knew Stepney in 1953? It was regarded as the poorest area in the UK. I lived in a house, 2 families, my mother and her brother, 7 of us in 4 rooms. 2 of those were bedrooms, 2 of those were living rooms. We never had an inside toilet. We never had a bath. And I lived in bathroom. I lived in that house for 15 years. I smelt a little bit, but it's a true, sorry? But that's a true story. I tell the story that we were not poor. We were not poor. We looked up to the poor. And that's a true story. Now, my secretary, Sam, hello Sam. Hello Sam, look, it's Sam. She sat at the back, she knew I'd pick on her. She looked at this photo I brought in the office a couple of weeks ago. And she said, you're not poor, that doesn't look poor. And I said to her, I said, look, you know, how many photographs did we have in 1957? My mum dressed me up for the day. But it was tough. Had an East End education. which I have no complaints about my childhood or my education, but it was an East End education in the poorest area of the UK. However, I left school at the age of 15 to do something that I was good at, and that was play football for a living. And I left school to play football at the age of 15 for a team that many of you would know, and a lot of you would have supported for many, many years. Leyton Orient? Anybody know Leyton Orient? You got no Leyton? Do you know Leyton Orient? You're joking. Oh, really? Brisbane Road and all those things. And that never worked out. I got injured, and I got myself, which my dad was really pleased about, a proper job. And I ended up joining the Beecham Group at the age of 17 and become the youngest managing director in the whole of the group, one of the largest companies, in 1979 at the age of just over 25. And I never knew how I did that. I didn't go to college, I didn't go to university, I didn't pass any exams, but I became the youngest managing director at the age of 25 in the group. So what I did is, over the years, I've tried to look back at what I did that made me the youngest managing director, and I'm going to include some of that in today. And the first thing I'm going to tell you about, in terms of what I believe is so important, is represented by the next slide. New Zealand had never beaten Australia in their backyard, Sydney as they called it, for 46 years, are the statistics, and you can Wikipedia this. At half-time, Brian McLennan is looking at a defeated team. They are getting beat by the world champions, and he's got 10 minutes only to lift this team, to send them outside in front of 100 million people to get them to do something different. He's looking at the clock, and the New Zealand team, they're looking down at the floor, and he's not getting anywhere in motivating them. And he had 15 seconds to go before the bell went, the referee rings the bell, and they go out onto the pitch in Sydney to 100 million people and get whitewashed. And this is what he did. And I want you to do this right now. You are the New Zealand rugby team. It's half-time. There's 15 seconds to go. You're demotivated, and I am Brian McLennan. You up for this? We've got a no at the front here. Are you up for this? Right, everybody. This is what he did. Look at me. Just look at me. And just copy what I do. Are you ready? Everybody. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Now, what I want you to do, when he makes a good pass, I want you to clap him. Clap him like you've never clapped him before. John, when Edward does something good, clap him like... And he did that for about 10 seconds, and he said, right, go. I haven't seen it, but Brian McLennan tells the story. If you buy the video of New Zealand playing Australia in 2005, you can see them clapping each other on the pitch. You can see it visually. What was the result? What was the result? New Zealand beat the world champions, Australia. And it was nothing to do with technical ability. You have to have the technical ability to be on the pitch. Would you agree with that? You have to have the technical ability to be in the job. But it's all about fun, motivation, and encouragement. That's the difference. And yet people don't put that much emphasis on fun. Fun is one of my values.